David Rem, a lifelong resident of Forest Hills. David?
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I just want to start out by saying I'm the father, my daughter's mom, first-generation immigrant from Medellin, Colombia. I could speak to you guys in Spanish about how they're trying to hoodwink the Hispanics and the blacks. But first of all, I'm here today to congratulate the 4,000 children of any color who got acceptance letters for the specialized high school test. And I shouldn't have to be here or any of the other fine speakers here to congratulate those children. The people right behind us in Tweed Courthouse, Meisha Porter should have congratulated these children. It is outrageous, disgusting that she could not even bring herself to give them a phony congratulations. And I say to the Asian children, which they like to put the word Asian. What is Asians? Asians are people from Burma, from China, from Thailand, from Japan, from Singapore, and India, Bangladesh, Hindi, countless other countries. But they slap them all together and call them Asian so they can discriminate against the Asians.
We're the most diverse group.
Absolutely. So, the discriminatory racist substitute chancellor, because that's all she is, she's substitute chancellor for 8 months. She'll be gone when the next mayor is elected. Thank God. We went through 3 years of the racist Richard Carranza.
Fire Carranza!
Fire Carranza! And now we need to fire the racist Meisha Porter. Meisha Porter message to the 4,000, and we're only speaking about 4,000 children out of 1 million New York City's children. That is 0.4% of all the children. Why are we talking about 4,000 children when, in fact, we've requested of Bill de Blasio to open up more specialized high schools and more gifted and talented programs, and he blatantly refuses consistently to have any. He doesn't want to bring up all children. He wants to push down the ones that are doing well so that it hides their systematic, gross failures to educate black and Hispanic, predominantly children in New York City. I'm a lifelong resident here, and 70% approximately of black and Hispanic children are graduating high school with fraudulent diplomas. What Chancellor Porter and the previous Carranza are doing is they're sending children into the world, and guess what, people? They just robbed them of an education. Now what happens when they go into the workforce? It is unbelievable. From 1979 to 1994, Brooklyn Tech was predominantly black and Hispanic. What happened? Why now are there single-digit numbers? I'll tell you why. Because they gutted the whole gifted and talented programs, and those were the pipeline to these specialized high schools. Without the gifted and talented middle school programs, there is no way these kids can pass the exam. No way. You cannot wait. You cannot wait until your child is in the 8th grade and then say, oh, you know what? Let's do a little weekend test prep. Forget it. That's a farce. And that's all they say. Oh, it's because of test prep. It is not. And also, the homes. A lot of the Asian families, or the majority, or all of the Asian families, they value education. They teach their children in the households. It's a very overlooked and unreported fact. A lot of times in today's world, unfortunately, in the Hispanic and the black, and even in the white and the Asians, you have a lot of one-parent households. It's tremendous negatively affecting all children. I don't care what color you are in New York City. The one-parent home is extremely negative for children. Now, this is not the first chancellor that has been anti-Asian. In fact, it's not only even the chancellor that's anti-Asian. We had a black woman from Brooklyn. She was in the CEC. Jackie Cody is her name. She referred to Asian children as yellow people and yellow children. Are you for real? Nothing happened to her. De Blasio won't fire her. He didn't even reprimand her. Just last week, one of the DOE's head bigwigs under Porter just called parents that support keeping the specialized high school test bigots. You're a bigot if you want to keep the test. The test is not the problem. I repeat myself, for 2 decades, black and Hispanic children were majority seat holders, the children in Brooklyn Technical School. So, fix the middle schools, don't gut the gifted and talented programs, expand, raise every kid up, add specialized high schools. Can add 10 more specialized high schools in New York City. You'll have another 4,000 children that can gain entry into these dream factories. They put the children on a path for a wonderful career, professions, engineers, doctors, lawyers, scientists, everything under the sun. The Asians are the wrong minority. That's what they're telling us. Oh, they don't even accept that Asians. I almost said we. I'm not Asian. But they almost accept like Asians. Well, they're white or junk. They're white privilege. No, they're not. They actually are the poorest minority in New York City.
Right.
When my daughter goes to school, Stuyvesant High School, about 70% of the Asian children are in the free lunch program. Are they children of Chinese billionaires living in Soho? Absolutely not.
Private schools.
Now, in today's world, they do go to private schools.
Chinese.
Billionaire Chinese go to private schools, not the 8 schools that we're talking about.
Right.
And in today's world, what one of the previous speakers spoke about is that the hate in education spills over to the real world. It spills over. Right now, we are seeing unprecedented times. I lived through the 80s of David Dinkins, along with this man right here, Curtis Lewa. I lived in those days. Those were crazy, crazy, crack-infested days. It's worse now. They don't report anything. The major news, I get a little news app. I get stabbings, shootings, pushed in front of trains. 6, 10, 20, 30, 50 of them every weekend. This is insanity. We need to protect the elderly, Asians, and the children. Those are the 2 most vulnerable populations right now. I'm going to end now because I know I went over my time. But I just would like to say that the substitute chancellor, Meisha Porter, is unqualified for the position. She is not the chancellor for all children, and she needs to resign, or Bill de Blasio needs to fire her. And I'm happy to say, when this man is elected mayor of New York, Curtis Lewa, he will straighten out this city in a heartbeat. Thank you very much.
Hey, David, hold on. One question. Can you tell us what do you do? I know you have a daughter in special high school. Can you tell us, are you privileged? What?
Okay.
Okay.
I am a blue-collar worker.
Yes.
I dressed up in this suit here, but I'm most comfortable wearing these white T-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lily,
I am not privileged, and
Lily,
I did not.
Come here.
I did not.